Moving on with geometry mode, the next thing I want to talk about are extrusions. Now, to extrude in geometry mode, you need to switch over to the passive modifier, Extrude, located here at the top of the Geometry Tools window, but you'll notice by default it's grayed out. It's because it's going to only become active when you select a polygonal face. So grab any one of these faces and suddenly, boom, you can see Extrude. So I'm going to switch over to that. Now, as soon as I do, some properties pop up, and these are pretty obvious properties. We can set the length of our extrusion, and then we can also set the segments. Now, this is only mostly obvious, but what this is going to do is control how many times that your extrusion is going to take place. Now, if you're already familiar with the concept of extruding, maybe from working with a 3D package, you should know that length is not going to be total length. It's going to be the length of each individual extrusion. What does that mean? Well, that means if I set my length to a value of 10, and I set my segments to a value of 10, I will end up with a 100 unit length extrusion that's divided up into 10 segments. So it's going to add 10 over and over and over again. It's not going to be one single 10 unit extrusion that's broken up into 10 single unit cells. So it's very straight up. You just grab whatever you want for your length on each extrusion, say 32 units, however many segments you want, let's just say 3. And click the apply button, and now we've got an extrusion. Each one of these segments that you see here is 32 units, leading up to a total of 96. Pretty easy to use, but you don't have to use the buttons if you don't want to. If you don't want to set numbers and click apply, you can just grab any face that you like and use your translation widget as long as you are in the extrude passive modifier mode. I can just drag out a face and make as many extrusions as my heart desires. Though I will give you this little word of warning that it can be a little bit on the annoying side if you just happen to forget that you're in extrude mode and you grab a face and try to move it, because you're going to end up changing your shape. Now, this is a really easy way to create blocking volumes for complex parts of your level. You can see how quickly it would allow you to just trace out, say, a wall network or something that you needed to block off from the player that you could then drop down as a volume. Just, again, try to keep in mind that your brushes should generally be fairly simple. So that's really all there is to extrusions in geometry mode, which is going to wrap up this video. Thanks a lot.